Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Stage Dive Podcast. My name is Steve, and today we have an album request to review by Mr. Fred himself. The band that we will be reviewing today are known as Cannibal Corpse. Cannibal Corpse was formed in 1988, and they are located in Buffalo, New York of the US of A. They are known as a death metal act with elements of thrash metal, and they have released, listen to this, 14 studio albums, and they are in the process of writing their 15th. Amazing. That's a lot of music. Today, I will be reviewing their 5th studio album known as Vile, which was released on May 21st, 1996 through Metal Blade Records and Victor Entertainment. Thy personnel consists of George Fisher on vocals, Rob Barrett on guitar, Jack Owen on guitar, Alex Webster on bass, and Paul Mazurkiewicz, sorry bud, on drums. Let's hop into the album Heart. There is an individual who is decapitated from the waist down and tied with barbed wire. I cannot pronounce that word. Barbed wire. And it seems like he is located in a cave. His hands are missing and his forearms are tied with a massive amount of barbed wire right up to his elbows. His torso is stitched up, which indicates that his organs are missing or they have been eaten by the loads of maggots lying around. They left his castrated penis with his set of jewels lying on the ground while the maggots will be going to town. His head is cracked and his brain is replaced by hungry maggots crawling out of his skull. His eyelids and cheeks are held back by barbed wire. The barbed wire that's keeping his eyes open makes it seem like he's wearing glasses. Little side note there. What do we get from this piece of art? Read the lyrics in the album. How do I rate tracks? Each song is rated out of 1. I rate them quarterly, tally up the points, and we get a percentage. Let's begin with the first track. Number 1, Devoured by Vermin. Hectic start. Good way to begin the album. Very thrash mixed with death. Vocally, George is insane. Deep vocals sung at fast speeds and hitting high notes at the same time. What the fuck? You feel like losing your mind. Nice transition midway through the song. I like how the bassist is noticed in this track, especially during the bridge. Hello, massive solo with a very thrash elemented background. Lyrics. A corpse on its last living breath is getting devoured by insects or infested animals. 1 out of 1. Track 2. Mummified and barbed wire. Insanity continues into the second track. Very impressive musical structure. Can I have a sip of my beer now? The transitions between thrash and death elements are very noticeable. I do enjoy that. Also, the transition midway through the song is crazy. I love the chainsaw guitars with the ride abuse. Solo enters the battleground with massive use of snare to complete this track. Lyrics. Description of an individual getting choked by barbed wire. 1 out of 1. Track 3. Perverse Suffering. These guys do not stop with the madness. This track is as instrumentally terrifying as the first two. So far, each song evolves into a more death-oriented genre. Great use of the instrumentals. Definitely makes you headbang until you shit out of your own eyes. The guitar work feels like it's creeping up your spine. Excellent. I gotta say it again. Excellent transitions. Lyrics. The joys of self-mutilation. 1 out of 1. Track 4. Disfigured. Much more of a thrashy song entrance. I like the transitions on the drums from hi-hat to ride. Vocally, he's as crazy as usual. Very impressive. It's a headbanger song. Definitely a headbanger song. It's a straightforward composition compared to the other tracks I've heard so far. The outro is eerie. I like it. Lyrics. A murderer who hates himself. He finds the beauty in self-harm, and he is finally at peace once he completes his own tasks of mutilating his face and body. 0.5 out of 1. Track 5, Bloodlands. A little windy intro. Where would it lead us? Right into a slower headbanger riff that is highly influenced by thrash metal. I like the drag in this song. Is it me, or did they slow down their speed once the solo began? I believe they did. Not an easy thing to do. There's a miniature solo and it worked well. Very good bass work on this track. We are now at the bridge. The bass is leading so far right into a massive mindfuck of a circle pit moment, ladies and gentlemen. Lyrics. I believe it's witnessing the aftermath of a genocide. Because of the composition of this particular track, I'm giving it a 0.75 out of 1 instead of a 0.5. Track 6, Puncture Wound Massacre. Vocal insanity right from the start. I feel like George is yelling right in my face. Instrumentation is classic death metal. You want to lose it in the pit. Holy shit, I love it. Interesting solo. Straightforward and effective. Both the solo and the track. Lyrics. Going on a murder spree and enjoying his last kill slowly. 1 out of 1. Track 7. Relentless Beating. Very punk with massive distortion. Excellent bass work, violent drums with gruesome guitar shreds. Straightforward song and lovable. It is an instrumental, so there are no lyrics. 1 out of 1. Track 8. Absolute Hatred. Nice instrumental work with good transitions. I feel like this song is more thrash oriented, and the song became more interesting when the solo began, so good work on that. The lyrics, I think the individual is murdering a family, but the song got a 0.25 out of 1. Track 9, Eaten from Inside. Good intro, I love the speed. I also like how this song has a solo in the beginning of the track. Good transitions, a lot is going on. Vocally, it is very brutal, as usual. The second solo is good. It pieced the song together. What stuck out the most on this particular track is the guitar work. Lyrics, getting eaten from inside. What is eating him? You tell me. 0.5 out of 1. Track 10, Orgasm Through Torture. Very thrashy. Good drum work, especially with the use of the snare. Right into a death genre moment. Slight elements of punk, loads of transitions as usual, very good. I especially love the transition into a slower breakdown style that makes you want to full body headbang. Lyrics. Excessive BDSM meets the Pain Olympics. Tortured mutilation. Track got 1 out of 1. Final track, track 11, Monolith. Now this song began with a pure death metal vibe. It is in your face. It makes you want to pit. And look at that. More use of the toms on this particular track in the interlude. Very good. Vocally, it's terrifying. To summarize the song, great instrumentation. Lyrics. Zombies hunting for flesh and eliminating the human race. Track got 1 out of 1. In total, 9 out of 11, which equals an 81%. Wow. Excellent work instrumentally and vocally. It's obvious. I've been stating that the whole fucking pod. It is not often that there is a band that writes intense lyrics like this. They should definitely write horror movies. I've only seen Cannibal Corpse live once at Heavy MTL, I believe, and they did a good job during their performance. I am not the biggest fan of death metal. I usually like my death mixed with other genres, but there's always room for exceptions, and it seems like Cannibal Corpse is climbing in there. I obviously rated this record with an open mind, and I will definitely check out their discography. I was speaking with Fred since he recommended I review this record, and we both agreed, we made a pact that we will listen to the whole discography from beginning to end like reading the Bible. And I am very curious to see how the new album would sound like. And that is all, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening to the Stage Dive Podcast. My name is Steve. Don't forget to stay punk, and don't forget to stay metal. And I hope you let those maggots eat you from the inside out.